welcome to Juice Podcast. I'm Emily Harmon.
I'm Gwen Douglas.
Today we're discussing
Müller Thurgau.
Müller Thurgau. Very sensual.
Very sensual. I don't know how else to say that. It has a kind of Müller Thurgau.
The name probably oversells the varietal in a lot of ways, doesn't it? When you say it like that, you probably don't get what you're expecting to get.
Out of the
like no one's saying, Sauvignon. like everyone's like, yeah, Savvy B.
It's funny that you should bring up Sauvignon
Mully-T.
Mully-T.
Savvy B, Mully-T.
Yeah.
I want to just throw that out there. I think this is the new word for Müller Thurgau that everybody needs to be saying, I'm having a bit of Mully. I'm having
Some Mully.
Muller.
Some Muller.
Yeah,
that sounds like Muller
that.
Corner.
I don't
know. It's
not
not a bad thing.
Someone says that in England. There's an English producer that's always like, yeah, I did this with the Muller. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But I think Mully-T.
Mully-T.
Mully-T, Savvy B.
Totally something my sister would say too.
I'd need you for a bottle of Mully.
I just think it's funny that you already mentioned Sauvignon Blanc because I feel like this guy gets the same bad rap that Sauvignon Blanc gets from
It does, and I don't think it's necessarily as good as Sauvignon.
No,
either.
I might agree.
As a varietal, like in general, I feel like
general,
you're probably
general. Yes.
Yeah. General.
Yes, because of course, there's definitely one of these I haven't tried yet, so we don't know. And then the other one I've definitely had a lot, and we've talked about it. It's come up in conversation in a couple of podcasts, so I'm excited to have it again. So I'm always excited to have it.
Why does that say Rivaner Trocken?
Because Rivaner is its street name.
Is it?
It's one of the street names of Müller Thurgau.
Look at you! Oh my god! You're like Mrs. I think there needs to be almost like a badge that says aromatic ambassador or like Mrs. Like look how happy you are.
Names. I know. It has a couple of street names.
I love that you've got your little cat shaped.
I know. They're actually they're llamas from the Hayman. In the
that looks like that's not a llama. Oh yes, it is. Okay.
It's a llama.
But it looks slightly catty.
Yeah. So apparently it has some other names that I wrote down on my llamas.
Fucking hilarious.
That it's also known as Rivaner or Riesling Silvaner or
no way, no one's calling
Riesling
it
Silvani in other countries.
Yeah, but that's a very misleading name for it.
Come on. We've all looked at something online and been like, what the fuck grape is that? And then you're like, oh, it's one of those. Like, they just wanted to, like, be special.
Also, like, it doesn't seem like it's legal to call it Riesling Silvaner because there would be a lot of people that would go, oh, it's Silvaner and Riesling.
Very confused, yes. So, but Rivaner...
Are you sure that that is actually Müller Thurgau,
yes.
Riesling Silvaner, or that is a word for Rivaner and Rivaner is Riesling Silvaner?
No, Rivaner is Müller Thurgau. I can get the iPad. Should I get the iPad?
Yeah, get it out. I don't believe you.
Known as Rivaner in Austria, Germany, Luxembourg, and Riesling
Yeah, but this is
Silvaner.
Riesling crossing with Silvaner. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't need to make sense because it's Germany. Nothing makes sense. This is made in Germany, in the Pfalz, and one of the other names. So maybe, I would assume, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that since historically Müller Thurgau hasn't had a great rap, that why would you want to put it on your label? You might be like, let's rebrand it. Let's just use Rivaner.
Yeah.
Because this maybe has a, like I actually had no clue, and when I went into this particular wine shop, because I didn't know any other Müller Thurgau that I wanted to drink other than the one you brought, I was a little bit stressed about it, and I went into the shop and I asked him if he had any Müller Thurgau, and he said, actually, I have this Rivaner, and I was at the harvest last year, so that's why I brought it.
The guy was at the harvest last year.
Yes, the guy at the shop was at the harvest, and he was like, I don't have Müller Thurgau, but it's
did she
called
just go
Rivaner.
into the TARDIS? Did she go back in time?
I might have. There I was. The guy at the shop.
Well, let's give it a go then.
Yeah, should we just open them both? Thank God.
I think let's start with yours.
Thank God we can just like toss these goodbye out the window.
You know how much you're going to regret having to climb over that next time that you don't do your homework. You're just so happy that you did your homework and you're so happy that there's screw caps and that you don't have to use it.
So I'm going to unscrew both of these and we can decide which one we do.
No, we're definitely starting with that one.
Alright, yes, it's going to be I think a lot lighter.
Yes. Not necessarily lighter, but...
We'll see, I don't know.
The alcohol percentage is higher, I think.
Is it?
Well, it says 12.5, mine's got 11.5. But mine has skin contact, so...
Ah, yes.
I'm sorry.
So let's put this one back. street name, engaged.
Different, yeah, very different.
Very different, I think. I mean, I already figured when I looked at the notes on this.
So for anybody that's not familiar with Müller Thurgau,
Yes.
it's important to discuss what Müller Thurgau is. It's a great. Oh, back to the llamas. I love it. She's like, look, I've never seen you so proud to deliver your homework. Because it's the first time in like almost 40 episodes you've actually done your homework.
No, that's not true. I had many printouts.
Whenever did you come with a printout? There was never llamas.
Do you know how much of it? And it's not llamas, but I had full printouts.
I have
pages.
never seen. Oh, you are such a liar.
Oh no, I can even show you. They're all still at home. I keep.
Alright, well I don't want to slay you. I was about to say slut shame. That was wrong.
It's not slutty at all. She did her homework. Slut. That would be the best type of slut shaming. Oh, she did her homework.
What
slut.
a slut.
If only that's what it meant.
The best is when it's like, she didn't clean her room. Slut.
Yeah.
Because that's actually appropriate. That's actually the way to use it.
But I feel like next time someone's going to call me a slut.
I'm like, what a slut. She didn't flush the loo after she used it. That's when you should use it. That is ultimate. That is slut shaming that needs to come back.
Yeah, right.
And you can do that to a male or a female. He didn't flush the toilet. What a slut.
I love it.
It's so good.
But I also feel like next time someone calls me a slut, I'd be like, yes, I did do my homework. So there.
And they're like, no, girlfriend, the toilet needs flushing. Oh, sorry. I was too busy drawing on my llama cloth. I forgot.
Okay, so that was the big aside. Now here we are back at Müller Thurgau.
Yeah, so Müller Thurgau actually, just so everybody knows, is a crossing. So it's not like an original Vitis vinifera. It's not like Riesling, Chardonnay, blah, 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 blah. This is
like Dolly the sheep.
I don't know what that reference means.
You don't know that?
Who's
That's the
Dolly
clone,
the sheep?
Clone sheep.
So it's not Dolly Parton's sheep. I feel like she'd make a good sheep.
England, they cloned a sheep and then they named it.
England or Wales?
Wow, this episode is going down the toilet fast.
That's good. Someone's gonna flush it home.
Yes, no sluts here. This will be forever known as the Müller Thurgau episode. It's gonna be a mess. But here we are.
So this is actually
it's a cross.
It's a crossing. It's a cross.
It's a crossing.
So we'll start again. But yeah, so this is actually a crossing of Riesling with a table grape.
Yes.
Madeleine Royale. I can't tell you much about what that table grape was like, but interestingly enough, I think it's quite funny because when you try this wine, it's a little bit more simple.
Yes, I was going to say, it's a bit tabley wine, yes.
Yeah, what does...
Tabley wine.
It's
tabley wine.
Tabley wine.
But
technical terms
coming
wine. From Gwen right
now. We have a lot of hashtags already happening in the last 5 minutes.
But I think that's not the one anybody's ever going to remember as tabley wine.
I feel like there are a lot of Brits out there that from now on are going to be like, that's a very tabley wine. But,
and no one's going to have a clue what they're saying.
Just us. But
some girl with a bow with a rose on her collar told me that tabley wine is a wine descriptor.
But what I was going to say is that when I looked up this wine, because obviously I bought it randomly at a shop that I don't go to that often, whose name I don't remember, and when I looked up the notes, even the winemaker says that it's best for making Schorle. So I mean that already tells you. Okay,
Schorle, the Germans or the people residing in Germany understand what Schorle is.
So a spritz, so like adding sparkling water.
So a Schorle is a spritzer.
Yeah.
So essentially there's a huge culture of drinking spritzers.
In Germany and in Austria.
Yeah. And it's quite common that if you go out for the night you can drink Weißwein Schorle, white wine spritzer all night, and it's very normal. Also because actually you go to a lot of places, the wines are awful.
Yes.
It's the best way to drink. If you're going to have to do it, it's like a good way to sort of drink. And
I've done it on a night out and actually it's pretty good.
Sometimes it's the only option.
If I've gone to, I remember going out with you and a few friends one night and staying out super late, and I didn't want to be hungover the next day, but wanted to stay out and still participate. So I drank Weißwein Schorle till like 4:30 in the morning. Woke up with no hangover. Nice.
I don't know who that was with, and I'm sure that there was
definitely with you.
Don't feel like it. Yeah.
It was in some bar. It was like downstairs. There was a dance floor.
Did you dance?
There was a birthday.
Oh, I know the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up feeling great the next day.
Oh, now I know. Yeah. But
Not the one you don't want to be drinking by itself. No.
true, you don't want to be drinking in a basement, but it's a crappy one.
Put a bit of spritz.
So yeah, the Scholle thing is one thing. So obviously Müller Thurgau. Also, you see a bit with Rivaner and average Riesling here as well.
Okay.
That it's quite common
Right.
for it to be diluted with sparkling water.
I do have some sparkling water if we want to try it with some sparkling
Well,
water.
this almost feels like it's already.
It's
gone
already
in.
there. I know it's a bit watery.
But I think if you're into Riesling, if you're into Sauvignon, it's kind of a good midway point between Riesling and Sauvignon in a way, in a more simpler way. So if you're into like high
Pinot
end,
Gris drinker would probably drink this happily.
but it's a bit fresher. That's all. Because when you smell it, it's got this slight like it's very citrusy.
Yes.
Almost to the point where it smells like a household cleaning
Yeah,
product.
it's got a bit of like the fake lemon in a glass of water thing going on.
So there's this going on. There's a floral edge, aromatic edge.
Yes.
But then this like green edge, which is verging on vegetal, which reminds me a bit of like this grapefruity vegetal but floral aspect that you see with Sauvignon.
Okay.
But it's dry and it's crisp and it's light.
I mean,
So-
I think it's inoffensive.
Mm,
Depends what offends you.
yeah.
Emily's offended in different ways than I am. This wouldn't offend me. If I went to someone's house and they weren't big wine drinkers and they served this to me, I would probably say like, it's drinkable. It's not like offensive in the sense that like it's gonna make me unwell. I'm not like
Yeah, I mean it's not.
it's
mean,
like inoffensive.
But when we ever talk about wines being offensive to the
No, I
people
know.
that make them well.
But I'm just saying.
Is
like,
there a wine that's ever been that offensive?
I mean, there are some wines.
Have you been that offended by a wine? that you've
No, but I've
vomited
definitely
out?
been like. I mean, the Schmitt episode.
Yeah, you cannot complain because you were
I brought it.
responsible for bringing
I was
those awful
responsible. I
wines.
didn't make them. I didn't know. It was a challenge. I failed at the challenge. What can I say?
I feel like you need a little fan. You went into like full dams and like down under stress mode. Like I don't know. I just was doing my thing.
But I don't think it's offensive. I don't think it's not something
This is
I'm
so,
like.
but for me, I think more on the Sauvignon style than Riesling, but somewhere in between because it's lighter, fresh, high acidity,
Yeah.
floral, but it's big time citrus.
And I could totally
Very
drink this as a
terpenic.
spritz and be happy with this. I'd be fine, like sitting on a terrace somewhere along a canal, like having.
Müller Thurgau Frosé.
Oh.
Or, well, I mean, you can't say Frosé. What's the word for Müller Thurgau?
Oh my god.
Frozen
We
drinks.
saw what happened with the Gewürztraminer episode. I don't know. Or the Gewürztraminer. So I don't know if I can. Muller Frozemeter. I don't know.
Frozen Müller.
Frozen Muller. Like that sounds
Fruller.
like.
Fruller.
Fruller. You'd be
Fruller
like.
Thurgau. Fruller Thurgau.
Fruller Thurgau. Freezy Thurgau. Frigid.
No, not frigid. Don't get like that.
Alright.
Frigid. You frigid wine.
Dad,
Put out. Yeah.
I feel like this episode is going downhill very quickly.
No, but really, what would you got to have, come on. You're the one that usually comes up with lots of puns. Your eyes are watering.
No, because I was laughing so hard and then I was like, they're glazing over because I don't know how to. All I can think of is Gewürztraminer. It's like I'm stuck like on a record.
Gewürztraminer.
Yes. Muller Thurgau.
Frugau.
Frugau. Alright, I think
Müller Thurgau's okay, but it's not catchy.
it's not catchy.
I think Fruller.
Freezy McMuller, that's mine.
Freezy McMuller.
I mean, I think there'd be people lining up for that.
McFruller.
Alright, we're gonna move on from this.
Okay.
But do we think that this is because Müller Thurgau had a terrible time. It's had a terrible time. Let's say its whole life. Let's be real. We were reading a little bit earlier, and this is sort of post-war. A lot of Müller Thurgau was planted here in Germany as a way to sort of like kickstart the wine industry here again post-World War II.
And also like you have to remember like Germany's a cool climate country in terms of a lot of the regions are still very cool climate.
Right.
Even the warmer regions are still cool climate. So having a great variety like Müller Thurgau that because of its crossing it ripens much earlier than Riesling does.
Right.
It means that you just have this reliability. So the wines, anyway, because the hang time of the fruit, so the time that the fruit is on the
Spends on it,
vine,
okay.
is shorter, so you don't have this level of complexity. If you look at a lot of the wines that do have high complexity, they have longer hang times, Nebbiolo, Riesling.
So it was probably great post-war as a way to
well, it's
grow,
just like,
get
hey, we
things
know
going.
that this is going to deliver. We can have a wine that is, we can produce wine from a grape that's been going to consistently ripen when we want it to. And Germany back then would have been a bit cooler than it is today anyway.
Yeah, right.
So that's sort of.
And she
why
means
it's
temperature-wise.
No, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, Germany's different to Berlin. We're not talking about Berlin.
Anyway, sorry, that was my
I don't know.
interjection.
Germany's got a lot cooler since then. Yeah,
It has.
not
No.
just Berlin.
Um,
No, we love Germany, but I think obviously temperature-wise,
Right. It's warmer now than it was before. It would have been cooler back then.
Yeah, and also, so you know, like you do, if you're post-war, also obviously the division of Germany as well. I mean, most of the grapes anywhere planted in the west, not in the east, so it wouldn't have impacted it so strongly having the division of Germany. But still, recovering from a war,
you need
very
something that's
cool.
quick, easy
yeah,
to
you just
handle.
want to know that you can.
Right. So what happened is lots of this stuff was planted post-war. It did revitalize the German winemaking industry in a way, but then it also, when it came to the 80s, when people were drinking more wine, when there was more money around, then suddenly it kind of destroyed the credibility of German wine because it was a big part of Liebfraumilch and some of these sweeter exports that were not that delicious. So it kind of gave Germany a bad rap for a long time. That's still
Yeah, and
recovering from
I
it.
also think the grape variety itself is still recovering a little bit from that because, okay, now there are a handful of producers that are making interesting wines with Müller Thurgau and doing it in a more interesting way. And I think actually these two.
That's why I'm happy we have these two.
Yeah, they're good. They're quite different in
Contrast.
style. Yeah, good contrast. But I think actually we're going to see Muller coming coming back because there are a number of producers making it a little bit more interesting by experimenting with different techniques.
I just thought of Frumu.
Frumu.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Frumu. It's cute.
Frumu too.
Frumu too. Oh my god.
Frumuteur.
Frumuteur. Winner. Okay.
Frumugau.
Frumugau. Wow.
Frumugau.
Frum.
Do you want to join me for a Frumugau?
Sometimes I think if
If
someone...
you said that, like, can you imagine that? Like, especially for people now, so many people meet online dating.
Frumugau.
Would you like to meet me for a Frumugau? Like, there will be somebody that would just be like, oh my god, delete internet dating.
And then someone else would be like, yes, please. I don't know what that is, but it sounds sexy.
Speaking my language.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, like you can just pick them up at 7-Eleven's.
Frumugau. It sounds
That's a
very
nice thing to
It does,
say.
it sounds good. Frumugau.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna try this on the next Frozen episode.
Yeah, Frumugau.
Winner!
Yeah.
So, but no, I think it's a
So,
good...
have you read Murakami? Have you drank Frumugau?
Frumugau. That's with dairy. It's not for vegans. We're gonna make a dairy and a non-dairy freezy.
Oh, Frumugau.
No, but I think it's a very nice combination that we have. Actually, the sort of classic Müller Thurgau.
Yes.
I did actually want to bring one in the classic Müller Thurgau bottle, because are they not usually in a sort of flat?
No.
Have they not historically? Am I
What are you
totally
talking
wrong
about?
on this? There's like a shape of a bottle. Boop,
The box
it's very
tape.
German.
No, so this is Riesling from Franken.
How have I seen Müller Thurgaus in that bottle too? They just
They
throw
might be as
whatever
well,
in
but they're from that region. So it's a regional specific bottle shape. I know it to be the bottle shape that's been in Riesling, but I'm sure that it's in other other varietals are in it. But yeah, it's from Franken.
Okay, cool. Learning something.
Yeah.
So I think we're both ready to move on from this one.
I think we should. That was quite pleasant. I don't know, like it's not maybe a wine that I would buy cases of for my house, and just so because again, as we always forget, we never read out the name of the wine. So this is Rivaner Trocken, 2018. Is that Krück? Is that the producer?
Krück. Yeah, exactly. Weingut Krück.
Krück. Yeah. So Weingut Krück.
Yes, in the Pfalz.
Yeah. So that's like Krück, but the U has an umlaut on the top.
It makes it sexy in German.
I don't know about that, but
I mean, you could argue with a lot of Americans that like to put umlauts on things.
do they actually?
Yes, they do.
Like what?
There's a lot of tattooers that like to put a little. I mean, they put them randomly over A's, U's, O's, just to give themselves the
Or their names?
European
Or
edge. Yeah, it's weird.
can anybody actually
then when you
pronounce
try
their
to-
names
no.
with the?
Because then when you pronounce it the way that they've written it with the umlaut, it sounds ridiculous. Because it's always like a. And it's like, no, I don't think you meant it like that. It's very strange.
It's just idiotic.
Couldn't have said it better.
Write me a list. I'm going to be contacting you one by one.
You're
I'm
like,
gonna
you're
put
an
them in their
idiot.
place.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
I'm gonna
you're an
read
idiot.
your names
We'll
out
talk,
to you.
Yeah. We'll talk once you remove those little dots above your name, which
Get
you
rid of those
clearly
dots.
have no idea. Yeah.
Get rid of all of if it's written in English, get rid of all those bits and pieces.
Yeah, because I mean, interesting. We're talking about the umlaut, but Muller has an umlaut. Müller Thurgau has an umlaut over the U.
Which actually gives it the same kind of sound as when you say umlaut. Muller.
Yeah.
Umlaut.
Yeah, because if you were English, you'd say Muller or Muller.
Muller, I think.
Muller or Muller.
I think that's
Muller or Muller. I think you'd say Muller, but it's Muller.
Muller. I also think that when it's like not written with the umlaut,
Muller.
right, it's going to be like a UE.
Yeah.
People
Who
already
says
give
Muller?
it a-
Like, no one says Muller. I really hope no one says Muller.
You know that somebody's dad does somewhere. Somewhere there's a dad being like, oh yeah, give me some of that Mully-T.
Yeah, probably.
Somewhere. I am excited.
Your dad or?
No, my dad.
He
He's
knows
too
his shit.
busy drinking Chianti with me.
I like that you winked when you said that. My dad's drinking Chianti. Why?
I
did
know,
you-
they love it. They're cute. They drink Chianti. It's their thing. They like VWs and Chianti.
So, bit of a different kettle of fish here.
I'm really happy that.
I'm so different on the nose. This wine
Yeah.
smells of yuzu.
Yes. Yes.
Really big time. It's got this
Believe in
almost
that.
like mandarin yuzu citrus on. It's got this sweet edge to it.
It's like canned mandarins, though.
Yeah.
That might make me feel weird.
I mean, I'm eating canned mandarins all the time.
I mean, I bought some fruit cocktail today, so I don't know. Lucas,
I can kind of imagine you like just sitting there with it in like the old like sherry trifle glasses.
I love it. It's because Lucas is going out of town for the weekend. I was like, yeah, girl, get yourself some fruit cocktail. I
Yeah,
don't want
all
to
the
judge
trash-
you.
But this does have a little bit of fruit cocktail edge where it's almost like tin
There's a tin.
pineapple.
There's a little tin something going
Yeah,
on. But it's nice, I love
candy
it.
fruit. I
Yeah.
think definitely yuzu. For the more
Yeah.
civilized person, yuzu, tinned mandarin.
The skin of pears.
for the-
Not the flesh of pears, but the skin of pears. When you hold like a nice pear up, it's got that
Yeah.
like pear skin.
Yeah, ripe pear. I agree with that 100%. I think definitely a little bit of this like pineapple, sweet pineapple edge.
And you know
A
what I really
candied
like about it
pineapple.
though is when you taste it, it's not as insane as all the things that you smell. There's some of it there, but it's so like easy to drink and not cloying and not over. It's just nice.
It's so good.
It's really lovely.
I love this one.
I second that feeling.
This is the one. This is one of the wines. So we're tasting now the 2008 Müller Thurgau from Bianca and Daniel Schmitt, who biodynamic producer in Rheinhessen. Actually, one of my favourite producers in Germany. They're a young couple, late 20s, maybe possibly approaching 30 soon. They're a lovely. Well, they have a little child together as well, I believe, but they're a young family making very, very dynamic, interesting wines, completely biodynamic. They're certified too. The wine's unfined, unfiltered, wild yeast. So the wines do sometimes have this cloudy, hazy colour to the wines. But what I love about it is though, even though for the average person on the street, they look at the wine and they say, okay, it's a bit cloudy, it's a little bit unusual.
Tastes so
But it's pristine.
It's so clean.
Pristine and very expressive.
Yes.
So that's what I love. There's so much character, so much flavour. It's almost like jam-packed with flavour, but fresh and precise.
You cannot go wrong with this one. Like you could bring it anywhere. Someone is gonna be like everyone's gonna be happy. I mean, we've talked about this in previous episodes, where this for me is one of the go-to party wines I bring.
Yeah,
as a
and
magnum.
this is if I was anything Asian, like Southeast Asian, Vietnamese,
totally.
Thai, even Indian food.
Totally.
Schmitt, their Riesling or the Müller Thurgau, so versatile with those
Yeah.
because it's low alcohol, high
Yeah.
acidity, and then this lovely expression of fruit.
Yeah. I really can't say enough nice things about this wine.
So this a little bit different to the wine before because we don't know the
totally.
full technical information about the wine before. However, the wine that we're trying now is, as we said, biodynamic, blah blah blah. But it's also it's 50% of the grapes have had 6 weeks of skin contact.
Oh really?
Yeah, which is so it's partial
that's
skin
interesting.
contact, which is why we're getting a different
little-
expression.
yeah,
I think
right.
that's why we see more pronounced exotic
Fruit.
and the terpenic,
Yeah.
the citrusy notes, and then also this different texture, a little bit of grip.
Yeah.
So we're getting a little bit
Just
more
a
on the
li-
palate and on the nose, which for this varietal, I think Müller Thurgau actually very interesting on skins.
Yeah. I mean, as we talked about in the skin contact episode, I think this is where so many grapes that have been sort of forgotten in conventional winemaking get to live a second life again in a whole new way because they're expressed completely. I mean, this is apples and oranges really. To compare these as like two, they're both 100%. Yeah, right. yeah, but like 100% of this same grape with a bit of skin contact, with a lot of skin contact actually.
Yes.
I mean, it kind of shows you how light this grape is, that it has that many days skin contact and it's still
11.5%, and it's still got like this lovely subtle freshness at the same time. It's not overblown.
So I actually think this like new push towards trying aromatics or different grapes on skins is going to change the way we think about so many grapes. It's actually really exciting to like revisit some of the old things, make them new again.
This is also a great wine for people who are a bit curious of orange wine or skin contact aromatics. This is a great wine. I think it's like an entry point for a lot of people.
I actually even think that this is a great wine for people that aren't necessarily huge wine drinkers. I think you could give this to someone that's like...
a beer drinker.
Yeah.
Craft beer drinker.
Yeah, and not even, because I think orange wines go well for a lot of craft beer drinkers because they love that sort of... There's a lot of similar like taste profiles, I think, between craft beer and orange wines. But I think even for someone that's like, I don't normally drink wine, I think you could give them a glass of this and they would enjoy it. Because it's just nicely balanced. It's not too high acid, it's not too low acid, there's enough fruit, it's not too much fruit. It's just sort of the perfect middle in everything. It's like, it doesn't matter what you're into, you're going to like it. Do you agree?
I agree. No, I do. I think you're right. I think it's this particular wine is very accessible, and I think it's interesting. We've tried kind of, if I think about this particular varietal, I mean, you never see Müller Thurgau oaked, for example, or aged. And I think we see it in this very fresh sort of primary state, a little bit like a lot of bulk Sauvignon is produced. We see that style of Muller. And then
it's kind of hard not to say it a bit sexy, right?
Muller. Yeah. It's character from Cluedo.
Maybe it should it be like the little brother to Gewürztraminer?
Monsieur Muller.
Little Muller.
Herr Muller.
Herr Muller.
Did you kill somebody?
Oh, Herr Muller.
Okay, alright. We won't say
anyway.
We'll stop saying varietal. But, and with the skins, and I think actually a bit of skin contact, actually the styles that I'm trying with a bit of skin contact have made me really go, whoa, it's made me turn my head.
Different, right.
Yeah, like there's a producer as well, mentioned before, Endella and Mull, the Müller Thurgau that they produce, also sold by Rocket Wine, and a newcomer in London, amazing.
Yeah, cool.
Amazing. So the Schmitt that we're trying now, just, so did you buy the white, the...
I bought it here. No, I actually bought it at a shop that I passed on the way to Fräulein Brösel, whose name I don't remember, which is very sad.
That's okay.
They sell a lot of beers. They're a really cute shop. They're on the corner. But yeah.
And the Schmitt that I got here is from Viniculture.
Yes.
My favourite shop.
Because when we said we were going to do a Müller Thurgau episode, otherwise we would both have shown up with this wine. So
I know, and then I was like, I've already got it.
So actually I think it's good that I brought something a bit more conventional, because I think it's nice to contrast the two.
Yeah,
because it does have a long history of not having a great name in Germany and actually like bringing down the German wine game for a while. So I think it's really nice to show that the new generation of Müller Thurgau has a great appeal.
Yeah, and
like
I think if you're
accessibility.
into aromatics, particularly Sauvignon, if you want something that's kind of lighter, more citrusy, a little bit more edgy than Sauvignon, edgy in the way because it's fresher and citrusy,
And
not
different,
edgy
a
in
bit
the way that
different,
it's different. Not
It's a bit different in the sense that it's not like a
but
conventional.
not in the way where it's like
No, it's not
you know,
like crazy
it's not rock
funk.
and roll,
No.
but it's if you want something sort of lighter, more citrus focused,
I think it's fun.
and a little bit more on that slightly exotic note, fresher style.
Yeah. I mean,
Especially with skins, get into it and
Yeah.
try it. And a couple of, I think we will see more producers working with this
Totally.
varietal over the next few years, because now it's not like the little grape varietal that
yeah.
people are ashamed of. Actually,
The
it's
little
something that
grape
you
varietal
can.
that couldn't.
Yeah.
It's the grape varietal.
And this is down to like the new generation just
Yeah,
being
totally.
bold.
Yes,
being
and trying
bold.
new things and like experimenting with things that have been
Yes.
thrown away or forgotten about. Because imagine like if everything has been turned around on Müller Thurgau, lots of those vines were being ripped up and replaced with other things, or they were just being forgotten about. So there are probably plenty of small farms that were bought out by people where it was like, oh, this is useless now. So it's nice to see things being made new again. I like it.
I like it too.
It's a great house party wine. I've said it before. My two favorite go-tos for a house
Yeah,
party.
just I mean anything in
Magnums.
Schmitt by like Magnum or Double Magnum.
And the prices
the
are so
ultimate.
good.
Yeah.
I think the prices are phenomenal on these
If you're
ones.
cooking anything with any form of spice, citrus, or aromatic compounds, so anything from the Middle East through to like even to Japanese food, like just like it goes
Yeah.
through every. I don't know. Actually, I don't know any cuisine that it wouldn't work with. I steer away from German and French food
It's too heavy,
and
I
sort
think.
of like
yeah, too
northern
saucy.
European stuff. But
Yeah.
like as soon as you hit like the Mediterranean, you go like anywhere south or anywhere east.
Easy peasy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Even Mexican food.
Yes.
That would be killer.
Have a
with-
taco.
Yeah, with like lime juice. And it with.
I'm going in. It's Friday, bitches.
It is. It's always Friday.
It's always Friday.
Yeah,
We live in Friday.
we're living in Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you again for tuning in. Please, if you're interested in watching any of our video content, because a lot of our viewers or listeners, a lot of our listeners are tuning into us over all of our audio platforms, which is really great, as we're now in at least 63 different countries, which is amazing.
Super fun.
But please find us on YouTube so you can see us making fools of ourselves.
I feel like there's a bit more comedy going on sometimes in the silence.
Exactly. You can see all of our frowns and disapproving looks at each other. So we have a YouTube channel, so just on YouTube search Juice Wine Podcast and subscribe so you can support us, and we'll keep bringing you more video content.
Yes. You can find us on Instagram at juice.podcast.
Twitter at juice_podcast.
And on the web at juice.show, where you can pick up a snazzy toad as pictured in the video. It holds 8 bottles. You can probably carry at least 4 magnums of Schmitt in this. And otherwise, you'll see us next week. I'm Gwen Douglas.
I'm Emily Harmon.
Until we see each other again.